Welcome back to the Happy Hour. Our friend and legal expert, Steve Moskowitz, joining us here on the show, as always, every Thursday, just in time for my return, and you come in.
My favorite day of the week.
Here to welcome me back.
Absolutely. That's why I show up.
It's been a while.
Yes.
So Draymond Green found himself still dealing with a case that happened last summer in East Lansing, Michigan, that's now become a civil lawsuit. He basically had charges dropped from an altercation with a man, his girlfriend, in a club, eating establishment, in which the charges were dropped from assault. He paid a fine, but now they're
for noise infraction.
Yeah, a noise. How'd that happen?
Maybe I was screaming.
Yeah, right. But now they're coming after him for money, basically, in a civil lawsuit. And they filed in California Supreme Court. The girlfriend, the player, who, of course, they're both former Michigan State alum, as is Draymond Green. And what is this? They're obviously going after money. That's what the civil lawsuit. So what is there? What legs are they standing on in terms of this lawsuit?
To me, you know, these professional players have a target on them. I think people go in and set them up and then, oh, you hit me. This guy was a college football player, and he says he wakes up at nights crying. He still feels the hands on his throat. Come on. If I was sitting in a jury, I mean, I'd say, come on, let's throw him out and go home. I mean, to me, this is just a guy that is going for money. I am sure his grandmother hits him harder. And he was well, come on, he was a football player. You're used to getting shoved around. Yeah. I'm not saying that that's perfect behavior,
right,
but you're talking about a bar in the middle of the night. There's some kind of disagreement, whatever. But let's bear in mind, the police didn't find anything criminal. This is not some robber that beat him up for his wallet. It was, you know, sometimes the term's called shirt puller, where a couple of guys in a bar, you know, young, fit guys, maybe push or shove or say something. Alcohol's involved.
More sensitive.
Come on. I wish I was on that jury so I could say, no way, Jose.
I think we should get you and Draymond together to discuss this.
Draymond, if you're watching.
Is it possible, because we haven't heard, nobody's really divulged any details as to whether there was a settlement previously. Is it possible that there was a previous settlement and that these people don't think it was sufficient?
Oh, no. If you sign a settlement, what happens in the settlement, there's a section, they say, you give up all your rights, there's a special thing we put in the agreements, that you give up what you know about and what you don't know about. So if you settled for $1, and the next day you find out that what he did to you is going to cause you to be a quadriplegic when you thought it was a scratch, the answer is too bad, because when you sign that general release, you say, that's it, I give up anything I know about or anything I didn't know about.
There were obviously a lot of people around that witnessed this. There were a big Draymond Green's party of people, this player, his girlfriend, and who they were hanging out with. There were reports that the former player, Jermaine Edmondson, was taunting Draymond. Obviously, Draymond's given a ton of money to Michigan State. There was some, you know, probably some back and forth there. But can Green now, I mean, if it was dropped to a $560 fine for noise, that tells you there couldn't have been too much damning evidence. I mean, it's not even a big fine. It's a $560 fine. Does he now have any kind of legal recourse to go after these two? Because this, in a sense, is damaging his reputation if he, again, is you know, found innocent.
If I were Draymond's lawyer, I would be going after you aside for what's called malicious prosecution. If somebody sues you for a wrong reason, you can sue them. For example, if somebody sues me for being too tall, well, I'd have to answer a lawsuit, and I'd say, well, look, there's no law against being too tall, and now I'm going to sue you for putting me through this. And that's what I'd be talking about, malicious prosecution.
Does it matter that these people are also saying that it's not just what Draymond Green did to them, but his friends, his cohorts?
Is he responsible for that?
Yeah.
Don't make me break down crying on the air. Don't make me do it.
I'm just saying.
Come on. These people are just saying it's their payday.
Yeah.
My personal opinion is a lot of times I think these people go into bars, they look for targets. Oh, hey, I can get money out of you. And that's, in my personal opinion, and I wasn't there, but my personal opinion, I think that's what happened.
And
well, Charles Barkley has paid out money over the years for that very same reason. People say, oh, that's Charles. I'm going to mess with Charles. And, you know, he's been known to throw guys through plate glass windows.
Self-defense, Monty, come on.
I don't think that player also didn't, he like dropped out of school or dropped off the football program.
Yes, he did leave the program.
Yeah.
He wasn't, you know, he wasn't a star by any means.
He's looking for his
payday.
To him, this is the giant lottery. This is the Powerball lottery for this guy, in my opinion.
And they hosted a press conference to discuss this. I mean, so they're really making this public.
Yes, they are, and basically what they're really hanging back for is a settlement where some lawyer says to Draymond, well, let's see, we could probably go through and get this dismissed. We have to consider publicity, endorsements, what it's going to cost, how much this guy will take, and then most of the time in lawsuits, a business decision is made. It's not over right or wrong, it's business.
So it's possible that they could determine that X amount of dollars to make this just go away.
Yes, and I'll bet you anything there'll be a confidentiality clause in there. We'll be sitting here guessing how much was it.
Right, because nobody will talk about that. That's the way those things go.
At least unlike last year where we were talking about the Olympics and Draymond had business to get back to the U.S. men's team. He's got some time on his hands if he wants to really fight this.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Steve Moskowitz.
Always a pleasure. Welcome back.
All right, more coming up next on the Happy Hour.